Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
The W.E.C.P. proudly presents Aaron Holiday, Jerry Flynn, the Heels of Podcast. Hello, welcome back to the 6th episode of W.E.C.P. I am here with my new fill-in co-host for the episode, David Dawson.
The substitute.
The substitute
teacher. Dave Dawson's here. This feels like the first time we did the podcast.
A little bit.
It's just me and you.
Yeah.
You're behind the board now?
Oh, no, I know.
It's
I'm touching stuff.
The student has become the teacher?
I know.
Oh, man.
It's a little weird.
Good.
Full circle?
Full circle. Comes all the way back around.
No, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in wrestling, hear your kind of opinion on it, and we're gonna review No Mercy, like what we think is gonna happen, or what could happen.
Yep.
All right?
That's this wrestling, you fuckface!
Okay, so I went and saw NXT Friday night.
That is awesome.
So, got to see Adam Cole, got to see, what's his name? Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They all came out, they wrestled against Insanity.
Nice.
And Insanity, who's the guy? Is it Wolf? The creepy guy?
Yeah, I think it's Wolf, yeah.
He would do like a clown, like how, I think it's like how he's like over on one side, he's like smiling and waving, and then all of a sudden you see him on the other side and he's just straight faced. And he was doing that. He would, every time he came out from behind one of the other guys, he would just like wave one way and then he'd come out
awesome.
And do that. Oh, it was so cool.
That's cool. I like Sanity. To me is one of the better factions, either NXT or WWE, in a long time.
Yeah. You know how I'm like big on like hair, how a guy looks.
Right.
And I'm, if I was a person that was going to be on TV a lot, and I get why some of the guys do it and it looks cool and it looks grizzled.
Yeah.
The big guy that they have,
right?
He needs to take off that fucking
he looks
that
patchy.
What's it? A turtleneck that he is wearing, aka his body hair.
Yeah,
needs to go.
Yeah, he's got
like his legs look disgusting. Like it's just not a good look for him. He looks like Conan the Barbarian, but out of shape.
Out of shape, even worse.
Yes, and hairier. It's
That's
just
true. Not a good look.
Not a good look.
Not a good look. I'm with you.
But they do have a cool entrance. It was a small venue. It was at the Ryan Center at URI in Rhode Island.
See, I thought it was going to be at the Duncan in Providence when I heard it was going to be in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be there, and then Duncan Center, right?
Yeah.
And then when you told me it was at URI, I was like, oh, like that's a much smaller drop off. You know what I mean? Like just two. But
and it wasn't a full crowd.
Yeah,
it was very
weirder.
I got an upgrade, aka they came up to me and said, "Hey, if you want to move closer, by all means."
Right.
I had to move a couple times because people showed up late and they showed up with their tickets.
Yeah.
But I essentially ended up closer to the ring than I did when I first moved down. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Had a good time. Went alone.
Yeah.
There was a guy next to me, probably maybe 30-year-old black dude.
Yep.
Bullshitted with him. Like, and the only reason why I say that is because I would say stuff to him and either he would react or not. Like, I was like, all right, like I don't know
if we're having a good time or not.
And then like afterwards, like when he went to leave, he's like, "Man, it was really nice meeting you." Like shook my hand, said, "Have a great day," and I was like, "All right, man, like
that's
cool. Made a friend. Don't know your name, but made a friend."
Yeah. What am I saving my phone as?
Yeah. But it was a good time. Definitely worth the. I think it was like $24 with like whatever.
I should have went.
It was so good, and like I was just laughing because. They came. What's that group? The new tag team that they have out there. Because I asked. The reason why I asked him was I was like, who are these people? It's the Profits or
Street
Street Profits.
Street Profits, yeah, yep.
They were highly entertaining.
Yep.
Very talented. And they also came out in the crowd and started like coming in the crowd and like dancing with like little kids and stuff.
That's cool.
Like they get it.
Yeah.
That you have to get the fans behind you.
Yeah.
And everybody was behind them. And I didn't like some people were like laughing at some of the stuff they did and I was like, I don't get it.
Right.
But like it must be they've been watching since day one. They know all their little shtick.
And thing. Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
I was like, anybody know what they do? Like, what's their finisher? Like, and I said that to the kid next to me. I'm like, hey, what's the finisher? He was like, I have no clue. I was like, all right. But it was so fun.
The Authors of Pain there?
No, they weren't on the show. Right now, Insanity are the champs.
Right.
They're the tag champs.
Yeah. I just didn't know if they had a match or something.
They had that they had that 6-man tag.
Yeah.
Which was cool to see. I had never really watched Bobby Fish wrestle. Mm-hmm. He's really good.
John's high on him, I think.
He's a smaller guy. So is fucking Adam Cole.
Yeah, he's not a big
Adam
dude.
Cole's not a big dude. I was like, when watching them in the ring, I was like, it just looks really weird. And they put Bobby Fish up against their really big guy, and I was like, this makes no sense. He's the smallest guy on the team.
Right.
And Kyle O'Reilly, he's got a weird head.
Really?
Yeah, he's a weird looking dude, but like he's a good wrestler. Like could probably put a 5-star match together. Nice. Very talented dude. Moves quick, kind of like Ospreay and like Ricochet and stuff. He's got that speed behind him.
Okay, yeah.
But he's a little bit bigger than Bobby Fish, I feel. But he's good. They was good. They teased kept trying to get, they were going to get Adam Cole in the ring, Cole in the ring, and he wouldn't get in the ring.
Yeah.
And then they tagged him in, and he got in, went to move at the guy, and the guy flinched. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, and then he went tag back out. And I was like, God damn it. Man. But he ended up getting involved, and then the end of the match, the end of the night was the title was on the line. Their actual NXT title was on the line. Drew McIntyre wrestled Hideo Itami.
Oh, wow.
And McIntyre, in person, that dude is chiseled out of granite.
Really?
He's fucking tall.
Yeah.
And he, as a dude looking at another dude going...
he's can gauge it.
He's not an ugly man.
Right.
He's got the ruggedly handsome looks.
Tall drink of water.
And and he's he's cut.
Yeah.
And it's just oh my.
Mm-hmm. And I hate people that are like, what are you, grading another guy for or whatever. It's like,
no, especially in wrestling. That's and what that's it is.
Look. Yeah. You got to be attractive or really ugly.
Yeah.
Middle of the road people. I remember Will Ferrell talking about how he his wife asked him something about losing weight. He says, no. He says, comedians are either really skinny or really fat. If you're in the middle, there's nothing to do with your body.
Yeah.
And he's like, so either you're skinny and gangly like Jim Carrey, or you're a heavier set. And that's why Chris Farley was so funny. He's like, because he was so fat. He's like, he was a funny guy, but everything he did looked funnier because he was heavy.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's like, you can't just be stuck in the middle. So it's a career choice. I'm not going to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then his wife was like, that sounds like a reach. And he's like, it is. He's like, but it's true, too. But the same thing with wrestling. You gotta have the look.
You got to have the body for it. And I didn't realize how small Hideo Itami is.
He is tiny.
And they keep pushing him into these title matches.
Right.
He's a little dude.
I haven't watched a ton of him. I remember his first go around with NXT, and then he got hurt. Right. And he got really injured. Is he?
He came up. He was called up and then got hurt.
Right.
And then went back down. He's gotten hurt again. Now he went back down. Now he's on NXT again.
Is he a great worker? Because there's a lot of...
I think he's good.
He's involved a lot.
His character's weird because he's big. He's almost like a too serious Rodney Dangerfield. Because every time he does something, he's like, show me respect. He just keeps yelling it. And you're just because they keep and I think that's what they're playing against is Drew McIntyre slaps him on the head and treats him like a little kid.
Right. Okay,
and the cool thing about that, the interaction with them is McIntyre starts out, he's kneeling in the ring, and then Hideo walks up to him and then he slowly just starts standing up. And you just see him then looking down at Hideo, and he's just Hideo's just looking him into the chest,
right?
And it's just okay, you're in for a long night.
Yeah, okay,
this guy's gonna beat the crap out of you.
Yep.
But so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I highly recommend any of the listeners, if you get a chance, go see NXT. It's a good live show. It's affordable, especially for WWE product.
Yeah.
Their shirts, though, $35 if you want a extra dub 2X shirt.
That's steep.
Now
That's
I
more
saw,
than your ticket.
and
crazy.
I saw guys there that looked like they were wearing blankets, wearing those shirts. But I'm like, there's no way they have that here, and it must have cost them an extra arm and a leg,
$100,
to make that shirt. But that was the only thing. I was a little disappointed in some of the like product they had, because like a lot of the wrestlers have left NXT, so you can't get like a Bobby Roode shirt,
right? Yeah.
And how often am I going to get to a fucking WWE event,
right?
That's like actually SmackDown or Raw to get
they're
that
not in the area
very often,
right? And
even though they're out of Connecticut,
right? I know, yeah, that's true. I thought when we went to the NEW show, I thought the merchandise there was awesome.
Yeah, well, that's because
that was a really good
that's
spread.
Also I feel like that was their like biggest event they've had.
Right. Yeah, that was like their WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's their big event of the year. But it also they brought out enough people that like understand like let's bring out our vendors, and let's have a decent selection of shit to like
because they had like the 3 different sections.
Yeah,
like, I mean, there was stuff all over the place. I thought that was a really good spread.
You had the independent guys that were selling their own stuff. They had their own tables. And then you had the guys that were selling like
the DVDs,
and then like some of the shirts,
and
then you had the girl that like was selling like she had like belts, she had masks, she had the signed photos,
the Shawn Michaels one they got,
and like also T-shirts, like they were all
the figures,
it was some weird stuff, but no, this was just it is NXT, it is the live event, so it's not like a takeover. I'm sure like a takeover John's been to, it's a different event, it's WWE to the nines, and it actually has everything.
He's been to 2, I think, because he normally goes to the Brooklyn Takeover, the SummerSlam. You know, they do it there or whatever. NXT Brooklyn or whatever, or Takeover Brooklyn. And I think he's been to 2 of them. And he went to the Finn Balor. Oh man, was it Finn Balor? Kevin Owens ladder match, I believe. That was at NXT the SummerSlam Takeover weekend. And it was before KO came up.
Oh, okay.
Then, and he won the title. Then he also was doing that thing with John Cena at the same time. Remember when he came up, he had the title.
Yeah.
And he had that. He went back and lost the title to Finn Balor, I believe, there. And John was at that event, I think. I'm pretty sure if that's my timeline.
Or it might have been like the event before. Because I think...
Yeah.
Didn't he drop the title in Japan? I think that was when Finn did?
No.
I thought...
Shinsuke...
No. I thought Owen... That's how Owens dropped the title. Was
maybe you're right. You might be right.
In Japan to Finn Balor.
You might be right about that.
Because I remember that was like the big return of Finn Balor to Japan.
Yeah, that could be true. Shinsuke won it somewhere in like
he might have won it in he might have won it in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, to bring it all back around, great product. Go out and see it if you can. See all the indie shows that you can. If you're a local Connecticut person, see and like look it up. NEW.
Right.
They have like I'm pretty sure he's still the champ. I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes still holds the title, as far as I know.
I thought so. I know it went to Michael Bennett.
He took it from
Michael Bennett, and then he might still have it.
He might still have it. The ROH champion might actually be the NEW champion as well. Which is pretty cool. So that's something to really pay attention to. For
like a little more northern New England, like Massachusetts, Rhode Island area. XWA.
Yeah, XWA.
Yeah, they do good shows too. I've been there, and NEW is really good. I've been to WWE events as a kid.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. Like my meters changed, I'm sure, as an adult. But I think I enjoy myself more at indie shows, for sure. Like, I know the talent level's a little down, it's
affordable.
Yeah.
It takes more risks. The only thing I took away from the show that I enjoyed about NXT is soon as a bunch of idiots, like there were people like yelling "you suck" to certain wrestlers and stuff. I was pissed off. Was it Johnny Gargano? Johnny Wrestling, as they call him now.
Yeah,
was wrestling a guy, and there was guys in the crowd like heckling the other guy that he was wrestling. And he was like a little bit. Like we were saying, he was kind of like not in shape.
Yeah,
but his move set and everything, you're like, oh, he is in shape. He's just doesn't. He's not cut.
He's not cut. Right.
And he was wrestling against him. He was a Spanish guy. He was really good.
Okay.
And he made sure, like, the crowd gave him a clap out of the ring and everything. Like, he lost, but it was a respectful match, and he did well. I think that's the one thing I'll say about NXT. As soon as there's a, like, CM Punk chant, CM Punk, everybody's like, boo, shut up. Like, that's what I want to hear. First of all, he sucks. Fuck him. 2, he's not there. Who cares?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Unless you can incite him coming out of the back, like, you know what I mean?
I
don't
mind the Chicago chant when they do it in
Chicago. Because it's in Chicago. That's where he's from.
Yeah, I dig
and
that
they
one.
like to annoy the Helmsley McMahon family.
Right. And I don't hate it when Vince is out. Because, like, it's like a way to try and, you know, like, it's a direct dig.
Yeah, but it's a dead issue at this point.
It's a dead issue. You're right.
And I don't love it.
Yeah, but I'm not like, oh, God. But when it just happens, like, to Stephanie, I'm like, fucking cares.
Well, I was going to say, because that's because of Triple H. Because you don't see Triple H on TV much anymore. Right. But if you were going to do it to, that's who I was going to say. If you're going to do it to anybody, do it to Triple H and his wife, because, like, they're 1 and 2. Like, that's who they are.
Yeah, joined to the hip. Yeah.
And if you listen to even the interview before Colt Cabana, like, took it off of, like, you can't, like, download it anymore unless you pay for it. The episode that they got in trouble for, which is still going through court, they're still being sued. They're getting sued by the WWE's doctor.
Jesus.
They're still being sued. So is Colt Cabana, like, for letting him be on a show and saying horrible shit about some. He's like, I didn't say anything. Like, that was his story.
Yeah.
And, but that was the thing, is that I think if you listen to that interview, you when you take it away from it, is I don't think CM Punk hates McMahon, Cena. Like, I think he just had a big issue with Triple H.
Yeah.
And neither one of them really want to, like, fully acknowledge the other one, because they both think the other one's an asshole.
Now, see, I heard a guy that I used to work with said to me that he heard CM Punk on a podcast, and it wasn't called Cabanas, but just on another one or whatever. And he said that it was like The Art of Wrestling or something like that. Is that Colt Cabana's show?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay, that he was on there. And he said that Vince sent him an email or a fax on his wedding day and told him, you're fired.
Well, it came from the office. He can't. It might have been one of those deals where Vince was like, all right, guys, let's just let him go. Yeah. Let him out of his contract. Yeah. And then Triple H is like, it's his wedding day.
Right.
Send it.
And then is it true that it was signed off with "Eat Shit and Die" or something like that?
No,
or something no. Okay.
No. Right. I mean, that's what he said. I don't remember him saying that.
Yeah.
But, like, there's always been rumors like people threw extra shit in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think if it did, it wasn't McMahon writing that, because he's big on, like, one day you're gonna come back to me.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want me to pay you a lot of money.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're gonna owe me a big apology.
Right.
And I don't want to, like, he doesn't want to ruin that opportunity.
Of course. Yeah. He holds all the leverage.
Yeah. That's what he likes. He likes to keep the as civil as he can, so down the road.
The guy, and then it's like, oh, you need a favor? Sure, I'm still the good guy. Come on in.
Yeah, come on back. I can help you build this.
Right. Even though he needs more people than they need him at this point. But
it's true. Jerry brought up one time the tease of and it's on Pro Wrestling Tees. You can buy it. It's the CM Punk, like, Bullet Club shirt, like the same kind of like coloring and stuff, and I'm like, please don't.
Right.
Don't.
It'd be interesting.
That means he's going to go back to ROH.
Right.
And I don't want to see that.
Right. Yeah. I just don't want him on TV.
I just don't see. I don't see what he brings. Yeah. Like, you already have those guys.
I didn't love him as a wrestler.
No, but I
don't hate him, but I didn't love him.
At the time, he was different, but, like, now, like, you have everybody's. What is he going to bring different than a Omega, the Bucks?
Yeah, it's true. He's kind of them already.
That's what I'm saying. But maybe he was. People are going to be like, "Oh, well, he started that." Okay, but they've taken it to a whole nother level.
And now you're sitting at the computer, now doing your thing. But, you don't need me anymore. you don't need me.
They're taking it, and they're
running with it.
It's almost like it's way past him.
Right.
He's not doing everyday wrestling, and I'm sure he's probably training, getting ready.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, we wasted too much time on CM.
I digress.
We wasted too much time on that guy. But anyway, great time. Go out there, do it. They do it right. The thing that I kept taking away from it, the last thing I will say about it was the ring announcer. They have a new girl doing the ring announcing and stuff.
Like in ring?
Yeah, like she gets in the ring and, and this match is, men's singles match for one fall. One fall!
Oh, yeah.
And, which was funny because I would always yell out one fall and I'd look to my right and the guy that was sitting next to me, he'd always just hold one finger up in the air.
Did they do the 10 count 10s?
Yes. There was a couple people that were like booing it, but I would do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I realized, especially at the end of the show, I was like one of like 3 still doing it.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, like, you could tell that like some people were like, all right, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was, I definitely still do it.
I love that.
I love that part. Like, it's funny because to see the refs, because they get so agitated.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And I did see Nat at the show.
I heard. Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
He's like, hey, man, you can almost see my coat. And then like, I went downstairs, went down to like get my better seat.
Yeah.
And he walks by. I was like, yo, Nat. And he walked over and I was like, hey, man, like,
right.
I was like, we got a fucking upgrade. And he's like, that's awesome. He sat right by the entrance.
That's
like,
what
he
I
was
saw his
right
photos.
there.
Yeah,
he was right there. I'm sure he got like a handshake and stuff.
Yeah. He, I think, knows some people on the ends too with his, with his ventures and starting the CSW thing. I think that he has a couple hookups somewhere with some people.
Yeah, and I'm sure like, yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. So I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speak on behalf of him, but I'm pretty sure he has some contacts.
He must know somebody. I saw one guy. Remember the guy?
Buff Dad.
No, there was a guy carrying a Buff Dad. Poster.
Like it was fucking spit my drink out.
No, it was. I thought of you instantly, and I almost took a picture of it. The guy was holding up a thing. I think it was about himself, but it was like Buff Dad.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god! Like, and I was looking around him to see if Buff Dad was with him because I was gonna do it. Buff Dad! Just start yelling at him, chase him down. But no, he was not there. No, remember the chubby guy that wrestled that looked disgusting? He was like D Block or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the Street Block or something like that.
Yeah.
He was there.
Oh, nice.
He looked dirtier than ever.
Jesus.
Oh, he didn't look good.
All right.
And I saw him and I was like,
that's disappointing.
I looked at him and I was like, oh, I mean, like the indie guys. No, but like I was like, oh, indie guys still come to like NXT. Right. Maybe they're like trying to get
of course, yeah.
a conversation, but they're not that guy.
Yeah.
He's too short, too chubby. Not going to work. But then there was one guy from Boston, I guess, that wrestled. A lot of his friends and family were in the crowd, and he couldn't like break character.
Yeah,
he had to like every time everybody was like, "Yo," and they would like say his name, like his real name. They were like, you could tell like he would look kind of out of the corner of his eye, but he couldn't like smile or anything because he's trying to stay in his like angry character. Forgot what his name is, like Only or Only or Osley or something. I forgot what his last name was, but he was pretty good too.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, just go out there, support it. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
Indie wrestling. And even though NXT is like indie, kind of, it's like that sweet spot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like where it's the farm system type idea.
Yeah, it's the feeder system.
Right, yeah. So I bet that was a good show. And like I said, indie shows every day.
It's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather do that. So.
All right. Well, we're going to review No Mercy. And what the card's going to look like. Which, it's crazy that, like, to think of some of these matches that are on here, because some of them sound like Royal Rumble matches, Survivor Series matches, or even fucking main event of, like, WrestleMania.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, no. Like, when you think about it in, like, retrospect and how they've built it, it's almost like they jumped the shark. Like, it's way too early.
Right. I gotcha.
All right. So, the opening match...
Is this pre-card or like
they call it like it's not a pre-show, it's the opening match.
Okay.
Apollo Crews
versus
Elias.
Didn't even know Apollo Crews still had a job with the WWE.
He is a whatchamacallit man. Who's the guy that he doesn't wrestle anymore. McMahon suspended him for like not Apollo Crews. That's who's wrestling. No, the guy that he suspended for like pushing him during like a tribute. I forgot what his name is. He won Father of the Year.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about? He's like a manager now, but he's like a behind the scenes manager.
Oh God, yeah.
He was part of the Primetime Players with
Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
And then Darren Young.
Yes.
Darren Young. So is it Darren Young?
No, it's Titus O'Neil's
guy. Okay,
so now Apollo Crews and I forgot what the other guy is. He's on 205 Live.
Okay.
They're managed. There's managed by him now. Like they're like how people say, oh, he's a Heyman guy.
Right.
He literally has like O'Neil guys or
nice
Titus O'Neil guys.
There you go.
So Apollo Crews versus Elias. If somebody doesn't get at least one guitar shot, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Because they need to bring that back.
Elias. I'm going to go Elias Sampson.
You think Elias is going to win the match?
I think it's a good. At this point, Apollo Crews is like a jobber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to go Elias.
I'm gonna go against you. Okay. I think Apollo is going to take it,
right.
Just because I think
he's so talented.
He is,
but it's like what the fuck. Like,
and what's funny is so many people were so happy about him going to Raw, like he won't get buried in the card anymore. Well, he's doing the same shit on Raw. Like Raw's getting, especially
he just doesn't have a good character.
He doesn't have a character.
Right, that's exactly.
He smiles too hard.
Right,
like that's his character. He smiles and he's like really buff.
Be in the New Day.
Yeah, all right. Kick fucking Xavier Woods out of the WWE period and put him in there. All right, you're speaking my language, man.
He should be in the New Day though.
Yeah, and kick.
He could be funny.
Xavier Woods out.
Just make it a 10-person group.
It's just gonna be the NWO. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger. You're just gonna take all the black athletes in the WWE. That's what they're gonna do. Eventually, they're all gonna end up in the New Day.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
No, please don't. So the IC title is the next match.
Okay.
The Miz versus Jason Jordan.
I think Jason Jordan's going to win this match, although I don't think he should.
I
think
feel
it's
like
a bad WWE move, but Jason Jordan will win that match.
They probably will, because they're going to want to push him for some reason. They think he's like
he's that guy.
He's that guy.
Right.
I
think the angle in him story is
the angle.
The angle, yeah, that's right. The angle. I think needs some legs.
But why? Like, eventually you're going to have... Like, what are you going to do? Like, if say, hypothetically, they go to WrestleMania and his father's actually in the crowd. You can't do the father moment. Like, right. Or you do and go, well, you're not really the father, though.
Right, yeah. Thanks for taking care of my kids.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, how does that converse... Like...
I'm sure his dad would go.
I'm sure. No. Yeah. I'm not saying for the father, right. But for like storyline and like people looking at it purposes. Like, what the hell? What are we doing here?
Right. Yeah. Now that is a weird situation. I would say it's either one of two things. Jason Jordan wins, and then it keeps Miz relevant in pursuit. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or Miz wins, and then I think you guys talked about it before that. The angle becomes like, what the hell, Dad? You didn't even help me. You know what I mean? Like that.
That's what I truly think.
And I kind of buy into that too. I like that idea.
I think the Miz wins because he's going to be a dad, and I think Jason Jordan's going to lose, and it's going to start the whole thing. I think that could be the one match Angle has back in WWE. Is
Angle
like
versus Jordan.
Oh yeah, then father versus son.
I would like that
because we've seen the McMahons do it.
Right.
I can see that happening.
I would like that.
But this would actually be
actually father and son.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They actually would have a good match. Like, it wouldn't just be like a gimmick match where 5 people have to do a run-in and there'd be like a jump off of the top of something.
That's true, yeah.
It would be a legit match. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so then the Raw Tag Team Championship. Rollins and Ambrose versus... They call themselves The Bar now.
The Bar?
Yes, they're the measuring bar.
Oh, the measuring bar. Okay. Who?
That's
Cesaro and
Sheamus.
Oh, no, the measuring bar. Okay.
It's pretty bad.
That's a horrible.
The Bar.
The Bar. Yeah.
If they're not walking around literally pushing a fucking rolling bar,
right,
with lots of alcohol in it,
yeah,
they're missing out.
Yeah.
The opportunity to do that is just
that's true.
That's what I would do.
That's an interesting match. If Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose lose, what was the point?
Yeah, no. All it does is, if you do...
30 days of...
Well, no, even if you do, like, does Ambrose turn on Rollins?
Right.
You fucked us over last time, you've cost me another title.
Right.
I'm taking it out on you. And you finally get the Ambrose heel turn?
I'm going to say, yeah, which would be nice.
I mean, it would do something for his character.
Yeah,
he's
right.
god-awful.
He sucks. He's so boring.
A.K.A. Jamie, he's awful.
Yeah, he's the worst. Jamie. I don't even know you, Jamie. But Dean Ambrose blows. That's what me and Kevin call him, Dean Am blows. Because he's the worst. I would say that Rollins and Ambrose win because I just don't get the what would the spin be. You know what I mean?
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be they're going to win.
Yeah.
The bar's going to lose.
Yeah.
And whatever. I think what it is if you're going to do that turn, it needs to be on a meaningful show.
That's
I think No Mercies might not be. But later on, when I tell you some of these other matches, you're going to be like, well, why is this on this show?
Right, yeah.
I don't know. That's the real question.
They need matches.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, but then make more matches. Like, use other people. Like, okay, so if you're having the tag titles...
Or the Hardys.
Well, no, but here's the thing. They don't have a match.
Right, right.
Obviously, the Revival hurt that because they've been down.
Right.
So, there's no... But they only spend, like, one segment on a 3-hour show on Raw to build... the tag division.
That's true, yeah.
Why don't you put a little bit of, like, effort into it?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So then in the next match, the Cruiserweight Championship. The one that I've been looking forward to the most. So it's Enzo Amore versus the champ, Neville.
I think Enzo wins.
But if you watch Raw...
Yeah.
He is the biggest piece of shit because he breaks up like a baby, I'm going to be a father announcement.
Right, right.
He gets the shit beaten out of him by everybody.
Right.
And he just comes off. I don't think it has to be like it ends in like maybe somebody does a run in like cost. Yeah. It has to be like a disqualification.
Yeah.
So you can save face for him.
Right.
Or if Neville wins, like. You just buried the character. He's done.
Right. That's the thing. Like, okay, so Neville wins, so Enzo should quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're out. So I think Enzo wins. Neville's talented and has enough momentum, especially on 205 Live, to be relevant.
Yeah.
And so you could have Enzo win. Enzo is one of the most popular, like, captivating characters in wrestling in a long time. Like, he can have his mic skills, his ring presence, everything. I don't mean work-wise. I just mean being able to fuel off the energy in the room and then feed it back out. I think Enzo has a place in WWE. I'm not sure if Cruiserweight Champion is it, but I really think manager is his angle.
Yeah.
But I think until you figure out the managing situation with him, just let him hold some gold. If
you're gonna put him as a manager, he better be you're gonna have to do him like a Bobby Heenan, R.I.P. sir.
Yeah.
With that said, horrible news. At least he's not in pain anymore.
Yeah, right.
But it's sad that he's gone. But put him in that role, like he's a manager that can take a bump.
Right.
That you can kind of beat him up, and he still gets in there and does stuff, and he has the gift for gab.
Right.
Like, you're going to have to back down his catchphrases a little bit and let him go a little bit more off the cuff and work with him like, hey, like, that was always his biggest thing is he always has a week to build a new entrance thing or a new conversation to have. He's going to have to work on his improv skills.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
I think it's going to be... Yeah, it's got to be Enzo. Otherwise, you lose the character. Right. At that point, I think it's like, what's the point?
Unless he loses and then starts managing.
That's the only way.
Like, if they have a faction or a tag team or something that he was going to help represent or whatever, then cool. I don't mind him losing. But if he loses, then he's going to make another run at it on 205 Live on his rematch clause or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just like, I'm good.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Here's the one match. Like, I was just making fun of that match. This is the match that nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
It's the human versus human match. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Finn's not allowed to wear the makeup.
And Bray's not allowed to do his antics.
Apparently. It's like, hey,
and Finn wins.
I feel like you have to.
Right. Finn's a better wrestler than Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's whole shtick is head game.
Yeah, and you're burying the character, which sucks.
Right.
But... I mean, he kind of buried himself by cheating on his wife. That's a whole nother thing. But, like, I feel like that's kind of like they're looking at him like, dude, get your shit together.
Right, yeah.
And I think with Finn, like, if there's someday you want to make him the champ again, you can't have him keep losing to fucking... Or like, this whole thing with them makes no sense.
At this point. It should have been... That's like a dream-type match from a visual standpoint. Like, that should have built itself up kind of like
All
where
the way
they
to-
never made contact.
Yes,
You know what I
all
mean?
the way to WrestleMania.
And it was promos, fucking Bray Wyatt in the dungeon or wherever he is, in his field or whatever. And then Finn Balor kind of showing up as the demon in certain places. And they could have done those. The entrance music hits, or the fog comes up while Bray's wrestling, and Finn's smoke comes up out of nowhere, and then it gets dark while Finn's wrestling, and Bray could have just sat there like he did with John Cena, with the kids around the ring, saying at the whole world. That should have been where they never made contact, and then at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, one of the big pay-per-views, they finally met as Demon Balor, and then Bray Wyatt, and then that was it. Like, it would have been a one-time blow-off, big-time thing, and now that it's regular Finn and Bray Wyatt without the fan, it's just, I don't know, it's boring. You're taking away the things that make them awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you're taking away the cool parts of the character.
That's the thing, especially with the entrance.
Right.
Like, Bray's always going to have his entrance.
Right.
But Finn, I mean, he does a similar entrance. It's just a little different because he doesn't have to, like, crawl
He's
out.
not crawling out, right? Yeah.
Here's the one that I think I might be the most interested in just because I want to see who comes out on top. I think, like you said, Finn's going to win that match.
Yeah.
The Fatal 5-Way for the Raw's Women's Champion. So it's going to be Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Emma, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss.
Nia Jax.
I think so.
It's her push.
I think that's what it is.
It's her push time.
Now,
it's either her or Sasha.
But here's the thing. If you put Nia Jax as a champ...
Who beats her?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it has to always be a 3-way match
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you have to double team her to get her out of the match.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound half bad to me.
Right.
But,
yeah. I got nothing going on Tuesday.
But, no, I don't understand Emma. Why she's in it.
That's
I like her. I think she's got a great look.
Right.
I think she can probably wrestle. They don't really let her much.
If she wins that title, then it's very obvious why she was in the match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. But
The shock
if she
value.
doesn't win, if she doesn't win, then it's like, what were you doing
I feel like
there?
Bayley can't win, but she has to look strong.
It has to look strong.
I think the reason why she can't win is she's best when she's chasing a title.
Right.
And you haven't had her really chasing anything.
Right.
She was injured, and now all of a sudden, like, she's back in the ring.
When she was champ, it ruins it.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the pursuit for her is what makes her. It's like the Daniel Bryan effect.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't know how to
root for the person.
But you don't know how to write for him, for her or him, once they get the title.
Right.
Like, it feels like... And I mean, WWE's always been known as, like, a babyface territory. That you always have the babyface on the top.
Right.
But if you don't know how to, like, build the heels against them...
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
Like, the only way this works is if Bayley wins,
Yeah.
Sasha Banks comes after
Turns
her.
on her.
That's the only way.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
that has to lead up to one of the big shows.
Right.
It has to lead up to a Royal Rumble or a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You can't have it be the next pay-per-view they have a match. Like, no, that doesn't work.
Right.
Or start teasing it and then she turns on her at the pay-per-view
Right.
while she's having a match.
Right. Yeah.
And costs her a title or something.
Yeah.
like
If
that.
she accidentally hits Bayley.
Yeah.
Afterwards or something
Yeah.
like there's a little scope. She accidentally hits her, and then it's like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to super kick you. Someone moved out of the way or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you can kind of start playing that angle. But
You'll never get a Bayley turn. I feel like it will never happen.
now did she used to be a heel?
No.
In NXT when she was part of
No.
the Four Horsewomen? No.
No, she's always just been Bayley.
She's good old Bayley.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's tough.
Which there's
Now,
nothing wrong with
Sasha
that.
used to be the heel.
Yeah, no,
And she makes
she's
a good one.
that makes sense to me if she's the heel.
Right. I could see that too, but I feel like Nia Jax wins. You might be able to get both storylines at the same time.
Oh yeah, no.
Nia Jax could win. There could be some some mountain list of people that have to face Nia Jax, you know what I mean, in one match to try to get the title off of her, and also have Sasha and Bayley feud.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Yeah, you could do that. So at least it's not just one match per division, per show. You know what I mean? Like you can draw like 2 women's matches now in a night that matter.
And then don't just make it one segment with all these women on the...
Right.
Separate them.
Yep.
Let them have their own program to build their own characters.
And especially like with Sasha, like with her and Charlotte kind of moving the bar, talk about the bar with Sheamus and Cesaro.
There you go.
Like to me, they are the bar for the Iron Woman's match, the ladder match. I mean, it was Bayley and Sasha actually that did the Iron Woman's match in NXT, right?
I think so.
I believe it was. But then going forward, like in the WWE's ranks, the Hell in a Cell match, like all those things that Sasha can hold her own. Maybe not as the women's championship match where Sasha tapped Charlotte out through the pole. Remember when she did
that was on a Raw.
That was on a Raw to main event. That ended Raw.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like so, they can hold their own on a major card. So you could do the Nia Jax, a minute 45 of a 3-hour Raw, and then do Sasha and Bayley in minute 2.5 hours in the show or whatever, and draw attention to both ends.
I got to see Kairi Sane, the girl that won the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah,
she's good, but like. I wasn't overly impressed.
Yeah.
But it's also just a tag match.
Yeah.
And I saw what's her name signed. Sana Blaze or whatever.
Oh,
Blazer or whatever.
Sonya Blazer or something. I know who you're talking about.
The girl she wrestled that's part of the four horsewomen of the MMA.
Yeah.
I think that could be another storyline that could actually main event a big time show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of possibilities with the women, and I also heard Asuka is going to Raw.
Nice.
That's like pretty much set in stone. It makes sense because everyone keeps saying, "Oh boy, you need to move Asuka away from Shinsuke Nakamura. Have them on opposite shows."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get
They're
that.
too similar of style. They're too similar of like these like very eccentric characters, and they're Asian. I'm like, well, I mean that's a given,
right?
But like, they're also man and a woman. Like they can do their own thing. They do separate things, and they did it on NXT. I just think that a lot of people can't get past that.
Right.
So that could another.
Who's on SmackDown for women now? Charlotte.
Yep.
Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Carmella.
Yep. She still has the Money in the Bank,
and that's.
No, and then you have
Naomi.
Also, you have Natalia.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Natalia holds the belt right now, right?
Yeah.
Trying to think of what women's division needs Asuka more.
Raw.
You think so?
I think she's gonna.
With Sasha.
If Nia wins the title, that's who takes it.
That's who takes it. Yeah. I just think Sasha, Alexa, Nia Jax, ability-wise, like powerhouse. Like if you do women's match, SmackDown versus Raw, who will win? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Raw's probably would win.
I think
Charlotte's.
I was gonna say. I think that's a flash show. Like for Raw.
Yeah.
I think until Alexa went to Raw. Yeah. I think SmackDown, hands down, had the better women's division.
Because it was just Charlotte and Sasha that was relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with you. That's interesting. That would be a cool WrestleMania match. And I know there should be some match one-on-one where someone gets their moment.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be a cool idea. Maybe not WrestleMania, but some pay-per-view where they do
Survivor Series.
Like a full crossover Survivor Series. Fucking look at you. You've been watching wrestling for a while. You get it.
So you think Nia's going to win?
I'll say Nia wins. That makes the most sense to me. Yeah.
I think so if that's what you're going to get, like, somewhere down the road. Because they're starting to do teasers of Asuka on Raw. So maybe not right away.
Yeah.
But
you could build that
down the road.
Build that up. I like that.
All right. And then...
Ember Moon needs to go to SmackDown then, when Ember Moon comes up.
Yeah, keep them separate. You don't need Asuka and her wrestling again for a while. This is a match that should be on a big show.
Okay.
And for the fact that it's on fucking No Mercy says to me two things. You're trying to get the last couple dates out of John Cena before he goes to do the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
Or you just really need, for whatever reason, you feel like this is going to boost your network subscribers. Cena versus Reigns. It's been a good build.
That's what I heard. I haven't seen much of it. Kevin talked to me. He says, dude, you got to go check out their promos. He's like, that they have been ripping into each other. And he's like, and John Cena's done this a lot, where I thought Miz is a good talker. But the Miz Cena build, like promo wise, was really intense. And then the Cena Owens ones were really, really intense. Like, I thought every promo that they cut was really, really good. And it brought out the best, I thought, from Cena, whoever Cena was facing, whether it be Miz or Owens. And not that either one of those guys are slouches, but I just felt like it was elevated because I think there's a little bit more of, like, Cena brings the real side to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what was it, Miz, that says, guys like you... Oh, no, AJ and Cena was another one. The third one, he says, oh, let's be honest, you run this ring because guys like you don't let guys like me take over or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he squashes people, you know, like new guys or whatever. So in a lot of wrestlers, I heard that in the back were like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's very true. A lot of new guys do feel that way. So I think he allows that realism to kind of come in, so there's more passion in each promo. I think Roman Reigns is probably top 10 worst guys I've ever heard on a microphone in my life. And Kevin says he's been really good.
He's getting better.
Good.
He's getting better, yeah.
So,
the first one, he got caught off guard.
And I heard that
Cena destroyed him apart. Destroyed him in the first one.
Dude. Yeah. Fucking pulled him apart. That's what I heard. So I haven't seen it myself. I'm going to say Cena wins.
See, I think he can take the loss.
He can take the loss.
I feel like...
Roman holds enough weight to do that, too.
If Roman... The reason why I say that, he's the guy that beat The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Cena always wanted that at WrestleMania. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
Also, if you're eventually going to be building down the road to Brock at WrestleMania, he's got to show his dominance.
Right. He does need to go out.
He's recently lost to the guy that's going to be wrestling in the next match.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's got to prove that he's still the top dog. The big dog in the yard.
Dog in the yard. Yeah, you might be right about that, actually. Yeah, if he's going to go Brock Roman WrestleMania again, which puke in my mouth until WrestleMania, if that's the case. Yeah, Roman probably does win. You're right.
I just think that's the way.
And
Cena's leaving. Well, Cena's going to do a movie.
Right,
he's going to be off TV for a while.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. They might make him look like... You think any chance they make him look like he's hurt?
Maybe. I think so many people know that he's got the deal.
That's the problem with, like, the reality.
Yeah.
Is that everyone
I think
knows.
it's like it's just going to be like, hey, you know, I'll be back.
Right.
See you when I get back.
Yeah.
Type deal. I'll invoke my clause that I have in my contract as I get to revenge any loss.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm going to make an IC run with Miz right around WrestleMania.
All right, so the big match, the two like biggest characters on the show, when it comes to sheer fucking beef,
I hate this,
is the Universal title, Brock versus Strowman.
I hate this match.
Why do you hate it?
I get what they did at SummerSlam was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was awesome because there was 4 people.
Yep.
And if Braun does that to Brock this time, then Braun better win the match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I don't... Here's the problem. I think if you do, I think genuinely what's gonna happen is I think Strowman's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna hold the title until the what is it? Is it Royal Rumble's the big one before
WrestleMania? Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna hold it to like Royal Rumble time.
Yeah.
Brock takes him, beats him at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins the Royal Rumble, aka Roman Reigns, has to face
How many
Brock.
times that guy can win a Royal Rumble, man? That's crazy.
I'm okay with it. Let him go in at like number 1.
Number 1, yeah.
He's gonna tie our favorite HBK, the only guy to go all the way and win multiple times.
That sucks. I would say the reason I hate this match is because I can't wrap my mind around the progress of the story. So if Braun does what Braun did to Brock at SummerSlam, Braun should win the match because there's no one else that can sneak in and, you know what I mean, like, and win that title. Or Brock can't pin someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Braun's in control like the way he was, which was awesome. You know what I mean? It was really cool the way to see him just throw him around like that. If Brock wins, then why was Braun able to fucking treat him like a ragdoll one day and not again?
I think the only way you can feasibly make that work and still keep Braun looking as tough as he does is it has to be a
knockdown, drag-out type match.
Like that.
Yeah.
A ref bump. Refs out.
Yeah.
gets distracted by Paul Heyman,
Yeah.
takes him out, catches him off guard, hits him from behind, whatever. And then 1, 2, 3, you're out of there, and then Braun's pissed because he got cheated out of a fucking title shot.
Yeah, goes nuts.
And then you get him at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're saying Braun wins though.
I think Braun wins.
I think
if you have him lose, that's the way you have to have him lose to keep him strong.
Because they've done such a good job with Braun.
You can't fuck it up at this point,
right?
You shouldn't fuck it up at this point.
Right? They can. They will.
You can
they probably
and will.
Yeah,
but you shouldn't.
Right? They've done a really good job building Braun. I've liked. It's over the top.
Yeah.
It's chaos, but wrestling's over the top.
No, that's
you know
the
what
point.
I mean?
Yeah.
So like I like it, like the ambulance flip, whatever. No, you didn't, but you
Yeah.
did. Like whatever. I'll give you credit. You did. Stuff like that I like because it just is like I know this is fake, but that's still cool. He's still fucking dope.
Yeah, it's still cool.
So I'll say I just don't see Brock losing that title, but I kind of like the idea of him losing it, winning it back before Mania. I'll go with Braun though. I think you're right.
I think it's just what they're going to do.
It makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, that was a great conversation, Mr. Dawson.
That was a good one.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem, brother.
All right. We'll do a little quick thought of what we've been watching lately, and then we'll kick rocks because we got to go see a fucking Pats game.
We got the game.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
So, what have you been watching, Dave?
I'm right now. I just got done with Ozarks on Netflix. I know
you keep pumping this up to me. I haven't watched it yet.
It's a good show. I got a couple of people watching it. I really like Jason Bateman anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fan. I think he's really funny. But this is a totally different show. Like it's there's sharp, witty humor in there, but it's not based on its comedy level at all. But I didn't even realize that it was such a Jason Bateman project. Like, he's the headline character. He's the main actor, or the main character in the storyline. But it's like a lot of episodes are directed by him, produced by him. Some were written by him. My buddy Justin, who I recommended the show to, watched it, and he was like, man, I didn't realize how much Jason Bateman had to do with this project. I said, I mean, either. I didn't even pay attention to the credits. And I went back and looked at something. I'm like, man, like, this is totally his baby. Like, he made this thing. It's a Netflix original show. Totally, I am so in love and infatuated with what Netflix is doing with their original programs. Really good show. Sort of like Breaking Bad meets, I don't even know. It's sort of like Breaking Bad, I guess, but a little different. Like where it's not a position of power; it's a position of like survival. And, you know what I mean? So, but it's kind of like good guy dad trying to do the right thing. Gets involved in some criminal activity to have to do the right thing to provide for his family, and just without the cancer, and you know what I mean. but
the underline,
no cancer, no meth, just some criminal activity.
Who else is in the show? Like anybody else like known?
Not that I could recognize.
Okay, so probably somebody I would recognize.
Probably someone Yeah, my girlfriend shouted, "Oh, like that's so and so from whatever," and I was like, "Oh."
It's probably what I would do.
Yeah, but it's really there's probably some people in there, what I mean, that are definitely done other projects. But it's mostly it's Jason Bateman. I was like, oh, I'm interested. I like Jason Bateman. Watched it. It's a slow burn. First episode I had to watch like 3 times because I was like working on the podcast and like doing things. I was distracted. I just couldn't get into it. So it's a real slow burn up front. But if you can get into like the 45-minute mark, each episode is an hour long. There's 10 episodes. If you can get to like the 40-minute mark, committed and into it, then it starts happening.
Starts taking off.
And then you're like, man, it's crazy. So check it out. You check it out because I've been telling you this for 2 or 3 weeks now. But yeah, anyone listening, if you haven't seen Ozarks yet on Netflix, do it. It's a good binge.
Yeah.
It's a really good binge.
I started to watch that series you were telling me to check out. Was it
The Confession Tapes?
Confession Tapes? I got through, like I said, I've gotten through an episode and a half.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's not a fan of watching it at like 6 in the morning before
dark.
you go to work.
Yeah.
But that's when I catch a lot of like my makeup stuff.
Yeah.
But we've been watching this other show on Hulu. I don't know what it's on normal channels, but on Hulu, Midnight Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
that might be a Hulu original.
don't know.
Oh, wow.
I feel like it's not, but it could be.
Yeah,
could be.
I think the Maiden, Hands of Maiden.
No, yeah,
That was a Hulu show.
Yeah. No, the Handmaid's Tale. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's another show.
I gotta check that out.
I'm the one that like when somebody talks to me about it, I'm like, yeah, but like I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, and they're like, Aaron, you hate everything. Right. Yeah, especially about that show. Not because I think it's underlined with that show. Yeah. Underlined with me how I view the world right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone's very fucking negative, including our presidents, including everyone that's fucking anti our president. Right. He's not making America great again. Right. By making everyone fucking divided. Right. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's how I feel about that show. It's like very like they made it because they knew this kind of tension was going on in America. Right. And then the people watching it get more fired up because then they see shit on TV and they're like, oh God, like he kind of thinks like this. Like, no, this is not going to be your America. I'm sorry. There's too many crazy fucks like me that would not take that. I would not allow America to become what that show makes it out to be. Right. But we've been watching that show, Midnight Texas. It's not great. Yeah. It's not great.
Not a good show.
No, I love a lot of the characters on it, and I love like the idea of the show because it's like it's a city in Texas. It's not a city. It's a fucking town that like tumbleweed rolls through. Like guns? It's a small town, huh?
They have guns.
People have guns, but they don't really use them. The only reason why I say that, it's not that. Yeah. It's not that. The reason why I will say they do have guns in the show. Yeah. And everyone, black, white, they all have guns. It's not a racist show.
I just want to make sure.
But they have like vampires, they have people that are angels. Like it's everybody lives in this town. For some reason they feel safe in that town. Mm-hmm. And then you find
vampires and angels.
Listen, they all get along.
Oh, okay. All right.
They all, for the most part, they don't know that this one guy's an angel. You find out later on, he finally admits to them, hey, I am an angel. Mm-hmm. And his lover is a demon. And when he turns into a demon, it's oh man, scary. You can't turn him off and shit like that. So, but the whole show is basically
sounds awesome.
No, I'm selling you on it, but once you watch it, you're gonna be like, what's wrong but so the first fucking episode, there's a guy with his girlfriend gets killed, and you find out that the reason why his girlfriend got killed was because she knew something about her husband, and her husband was a fucking part of this motorcycle gang that's racist and and then you find out later on that the guy that she was dating, because she left her husband, the guy that she was dating, they killed him because they actually killed her because of him, because he left his family because his family was racist. Oh, wow. And but this is all shit you find out 3 episodes in, you're like, this is, but right. I'm watching it because there's vampires and this guy can see ghosts. In his body can be taken over by ghosts and
the homosexual angel demon
relationship going on. Right. And then there's some guy that turns into this beast that you're not you never see him turn into it. Yeah. Or no, he does turn into a werewolf character kinda. Yeah. And he chains himself into the basement of the church with a cow so he can eat it.
This sounds like an R.L. Stein's Goosebumps book series.
Turn
all
into one town.
One town. Yeah.
But it's weird and how things go, and it's getting weirder and weirder, and a bus shows up of fucking vampires, and
it's
they try to take over the town.
So the White Walkers.
Yeah, it's weird. it's just weird.
What do you think too? Before we move on, what do you think of Shane from Walking Dead being Punisher?
Oh, I love it. He's already done it. He did it on the.
Oh, did he?
You didn't watch the Daredevil series, did you?
Right. No, that's what I heard. Yeah, but I mean, what do you think of the show coming up?
Oh, the teaser that they did for it. It looks awesome. Yeah. He's just I need help. And somebody's calling him for help, and then all of a sudden, he's at the all of a sudden you just see clips of him walking around. Yeah, but it's just with a hood up, right? And he's just tucking in and out of places.
So Justin, we were talking about it, Justin said to me, he's I like it because they really humanize Punisher. Yeah, which in most of the movies, it's not. It's the.
He's crazy.
Right, yeah, it's the insane part.
He kills people.
He's but this seems more it kind of goes. And he was telling me, he's in Daredevil. He says, but he's it's just cool to have a show. And he's and I think he's
Daredevil. He's fucking bonkers, bro.
Really?
When he
says that he's
if
the
you
perfect
have
character for
not
him,
watched it,
yeah,
you're missing out. That's what kills me because I hated him so much as Shane.
Yeah.
That when I watched him the first episode, I was like, oh fuck, I can't get past
this
it.
fucking guy.
But then when he does some of his fight scenes, there's one fight scene, and it's not spoilers. It's been out fucking long enough.
Yeah.
But you got to watch it where he ends up in fucking prison and he literally murders like 10 people.
Really?
Because they're all trying to kill him.
Right.
But he just is like, you just see him and he's like, afterwards, he's just like, ah! He's just like yelling because like the guards are grabbing him and shit. And he's just like, he just had to murder like 10 people. Like he obviously doesn't want to kill people.
You feel that.
Yeah, but you feel like, yeah, no, he's fighting for his life there.
Right. Holy cow.
If I was only a highly trained killer, that could be me.
That could be you. Could be you.
But yeah, no, that's what I've been slowly like. I did the quick like one weekend watched The Defenders, which is Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage all in one.
Yeah, good series. Best series.
It's tough for me to say it because I like the best series is Daredevil, like bar none, best show. If you're gonna watch one and none of the others, watch Daredevil.
Okay. You literally took the question right out of my mouth.
That's the one.
I put my hand down.
Yeah. I saw it in your eye. That's the one you have to watch. If you're going to watch any of them, it's Daredevil. Because Iron Fist blows.
Yeah.
Close second, if you're going to only watch one season of a show, because there's only been one so far, Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is really good. Right. Like the dynamic, I didn't realize it until somebody mentioned it to me. They're like, it's kind of like a woman that's been molested and how she would either react if she had like super fucking powers and she could kill the guy, and the guy's like essentially like it's like a mind, like he's been fucking with her mind and shit, and it's kind of a mind fuck at the end of the show, like once you realize like what's been going on, you're like, oh shit, like that is what you're talking about. So it is really good.
I still do gotta check those out.
And then it's Luke Cage, and then it's fucking Iron Fist fucking sucks.
Because I am such a Netflix whore. Like, I love everything Netflix, and I have yet to get into those, so I gotta do that. Yeah I always get distracted. I'm like, well, this confession tapes looks really good. Or like, you know what else I'm watching right now? Portlandia season 7 just came out.
I can't watch that show.
I love that show.
It's too dry for me.
It's really dry.
It's too dry for me.
I get it.
Like, I have a hard time with The Office. I can't imagine. Like, I've watched one part of one episode of Portlandia.
Yeah. It's so awkward.
Didn't like it.
It is so awkward, but I absolutely love it.
I feel like that's the same thing with what's the show? Last Man on Earth. There's parts of it where it's just very
awkward. Forte? I love
so
that show.
Awkward.
Oh god, I love that show.
But it's good.
Yeah,
I agree that like I get why people think certain shows are good. I can see why. For me, it's just very tough for me to watch because I'm one of those people that like if I see a very awkward thing coming from a mile away, I'm like, and me as a human being would stop that person from doing it. But watching the show, they're like, no, we're just gonna watch this train wreck, and I'm like, my fingers start to itch, and I'm like, my palms start to sweat, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
I love in Last Man on Earth when he's walking around singing like running out of power.
Yeah.
The generator's out of gas. And he's like, pouring the gas. The gas is kind of lumpy. I love that show.
The first couple episodes of that show, I was in wholeheartedly.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as they just kept adding more and more people, I was like,
I kind of wanted to just be him and her.
Yeah. Or not even that, like just him.
Yeah.
Like, just see really him try to fight. Could you imagine if they like did 3 seasons of just him?
Oh my god, that would have been crazy. I do like the blonde that he's in love with.
Yeah.
And now is all ruined because of I love that. I love that dynamic though. That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey Phil, and then the other Phil.
Yep.
That's great.
Fat Phil.
Yeah, Fat Phil. Yeah. Tandy.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, no. So it's been a quiet week for me.
Yeah.
I got to get my ass to it's entertainment
other than
wise.
NXT.
Yeah, like I've got NXT. Yesterday was tons of shit.
Yeah.
Today doing this. Got to go see the Pats game.
Got past that for popcorn.
Yeah, got to go to the casino. Like there's just got a lot going on.
Shout out to Liz Reed for hooking me up with 2 board games for the yard sale she was having.
Oh snap!
Stop by, pick those up 2 for $5. Sweet deal. Liz Reed.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Dave.
Yeah. You got any toys?
Oh yeah,
Anything new?
I mean,
I didn't mean toys. I'm sorry. I know you say us dicks call them toys.
As you on cue. I recently picked up they made recently a Kane figure.
Oh,
Mattel
you showed
did.
me that. That is so
and
good.
it's from his first run in WWE. It looks amazing. It's the best Kane figure I've ever seen.
That's one of my favorite figures.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's really good.
And I also picked up, I think recently I've picked up an Enzo Amore figure. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it is.
Did you pick up like a Macho Man or something? Was that what was the other one you handed me with the Kane when you showed me? You picked up Kane and something else.
Oh, there's something else in there.
Like Ultimate Warrior or something?
No, it might have been, I don't remember.
I can't remember what that was.
Yeah. No, I lost it. Shit. But no, I'm excited. I keep seeing, you know what's the one thing is I'm big on like following like what Funkos are coming out next.
Yeah.
The one that depresses me the most is seeing that there's an Isaiah Thomas coming.
Yeah.
And the fucking Celtics.
Celtics one.
And I'm like, I'm going to have to buy. And then they have a fucking, did you see like for NBA 2K18?
Yeah.
Did you see like what the cover is?
Yeah.
What's the cover?
It's Kyrie.
Yeah.
Walking with the Celtics jersey on now.
Is it?
They switched the cover.
Oh, when I was at fucking Walmart the other day, it's him in the Cavs jersey.
Oh, so I think all the hard copies went out.
Yeah.
But the digital copy,
because
I downloaded it.
Okay.
So the copy is him. It's him walking. He's got the Celtics jersey on.
No, yeah, I was gonna say in
it's him doing the layup.
Yeah,
right, in the Cavs
yeah.
jersey. So there's
I saw that and I was laughing.
There's an interesting thing about that. I think that's either 3 of the last 4 or 4 of the last 5 NBA 2K covers have not been on the team the next year. So like it's 2K18.
Oh wow!
Right. So like it's technically by the time 2018 ends, they're not on the team. It was LeBron James in the Cavs jersey went to the Heat. I'm sorry, no. It went LeBron James in a Heat jersey went to the Cavs. Kevin Durant in a Thunder jersey went to the Warriors last year. The year before that, it was or this year it was Paul George. 2K17 was Paul George in a Pacers jersey. Now on the Thunder. Now Kyrie Irving Cavs jersey went to the Celtics.
That's a weird thing.
So it's like the Madden curse kind of, but like whoever's on the curse of NBA,
you're just gonna go somewhere better,
right?
Like, it doesn't sound bad.
The only one that wasn't was Kobe Bryant was on the cover as a retired.
Yeah,
like he was the cover.
Yeah.
So the last 3 of the last 4 or 4 of the last 5 years or whatever, it's been that athlete switches teams by the end of the year that it's for.
Oh, it makes sense.
Pretty neat.
All right, it makes total sense to me.
I'm looking for collectible wise.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
You know me. I'm all about the Tom Brady Funkos. I have all of them. There's a new one that you brought to my attention.
Oh yeah.
The Color Rush uniform. Tom Brady coming out in a couple weeks. Yeah, they said sometime in October. So
all right.
I'll be gunning that thing down.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I heard they're going to do a new series of the mystery minis for the wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like different. It's going to be like much more gangly looking.
Really?
They're not going to look like the regular mystery minis.
No kidding.
That's what I heard.
Did you see the Clark's Toys, the McFarlane Brady, too? There's a Grunk Brady. Yeah. The Brady one's going to be impossible to find.
Yep.
But the Grunk one looks good, too. I think he's in the Color Rush. Brady's in the, I think, all red. I think, something like that. Maybe vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But, those are good.
Cool beans, man.
Cool beans. Well,
thanks for coming in again.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go watch this game.
Peace.
Wolfpack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys are wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the rings like the street. If you don't know, you better find out the Wolfpack. Here to prove a point, number one, best believe that you don't wanna tussle with them or be a fool of them. Come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. 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 You might wind up in a body bag. You took your chances, now it's time to show you we're wrong. In the ring, this is war, all you sucks not strong. Day in, day out, the Wolfpack for life. Tell me who has the guts to come in the ring tonight. We care about the replicas, we make our own rules. You're doing that what it take to fill their shoes. See, it's just a crowd pleaser, on the ground to leave. You're the punishment for making enemies with these soldiers. So turn your back on